Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. U.S. President Donald Trump has extended the deadline for a negotiated settlement with Iran by 24 hours, giving Tehran until 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Tuesday to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The extension was accompanied by a profanity-laced ultimatum on social media on Sunday local time, in which Trump threatened to turn Tuesday into, quote, power plant day and bridge day. The social media posts came just hours after a Fox News interview, where the U.S. president projected optimism, stating that an agreement is highly likely by the new Tuesday deadline. This follows a successful military operation deep inside Iranian territory. U.S. Special Operations Forces spearheaded by Navy SEAL Team 6 rescued an American Air Force colonel, the second occupant of an F-15E Strike Eagle that was shot down over Iran on Friday. Iran is warning of direct retaliation against any attacks on its infrastructure as tensions with the United States continue to rise. According to Iran's foreign ministry, its military is ready to strike U.S.-linked assets if faced with what it calls an act of aggression. Spokesperson Esmail Baghai emphasized that any response would be proportional, following threats targeting bridges, power plants, and other key facilities. The warning comes after Donald Trump issued a deadline for Tehran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Tuesday evening. At the same time, diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent further escalation. Oman and Iran held high-level talks on Saturday focused on maintaining maritime stability. Officials and technical experts met over the weekend to discuss options for ensuring the safe passage of vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. President Lee Jae-myung has expressed regret over South Korea's civilian drone incursions into North Korea. Referring to drone launches several months ago, Lee said at a cabinet meeting on Monday that although the incidents were not intended by his administration, the reckless actions of a few led to unnecessary military tensions. He instructed relevant ministries to take immediate steps to prevent a recurrence. This comes after a joint military police task force announced last week that a National Intelligence Service official and 2 active duty soldiers were involved in assisting 3 civilian suspects. The task force says the suspects carried out drone launches 4 times between last September and January. The 6 individuals have been referred to prosecutors. South Korea and France have agreed to cooperate on preserving key cultural heritage sites. The Korea Heritage Service announced on Monday that it signed a memorandum of understanding with France's Centre des Monuments Nationaux, or National Center for Monuments, last week, focusing on the conservation of Korea's Dongmyo Shrine and France's Basilica of Saint-Denis. The 2 sides will expand expert exchanges and joint site visits, building on earlier cooperation in 2022. The agreement also comes as the 2 countries mark 140 years of diplomatic relations this June. BTS has set another milestone in the global music industry, becoming the first K-pop act to remain atop the U.S. Billboard 200 for 2 consecutive weeks. The group's new release Arirang earned 187,000 equivalent album units in the United States for the week ending April 2nd. With a second week at number 1 on the Billboard 200, Arirang becomes the group's longest-running chart-topping album, surpassing their previous 6 releases that each spent 1 week at the top. Lead single Swim debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 last week. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.